Alright, hey, hi, hello. How's it going, guys? My name is ZetaRayZod, and welcome back to more Not For Broadcasts. Now, before I begin, be sure to like, subscribe, and get the bell on so you stay up to date on all my latest videos. So, last we left off, we woke up from a shocking nap. We got zapped and we woke up with like, what the frick is going on? And then as we were doing a broadcast, some of the Snugglehugs, the toys, they got in, so we had kind of to like fight them off while we do the program. And at the end, there were a whole bunch of them. I'm not sure if that was a hallucination or not. But yeah, so basically we woke up in a hospital, so here we are. So let's keep going. The rhythmic beeping of the heart monitor brings you slowly back to consciousness. Opening your eyes, you're greeted by a semicircle of concerned faces. Your family by your side, a reassuring familiar sight in these new surroundings. Blinking a few times to clear the sleep from your eyes and bring everything into focus. Looking up, Sam's face is a mixture of concern and frustration. Things haven't been great between you two lately, and Chris hasn't been helping things. Looming at Sam's shoulder with her sour expression, it's clear there's still no love lost between the two of you. While Sam clearly is worried about you, the family scowl is obvious on both of their faces. Thanks for coming, I guess. The worry for you wins out, and Sam takes your hand before leaning and kisses your forehead. Of course, sweetheart, it can never have been anywhere else. First time in a while, you both genuinely smile at each other before you look to the rest of your family. You feel Susie's absence, you notice Charlie fidgeting. Okay. As soon as you turn to look at him, you can see Charlie tense up. His concern clear in his face. So you're definitely good, right? Quickly looking away. Leave the blanket alone. Nothing to worry about. Charlie looks at you and grins. One of those infectious smiles spreads around the room. It's always good to have him in your corner. Your smile fades as you notice your mother staring listlessly out the window. Ah, you okay, ma? Starts clearly shocking her out of her reverie. Smile, grateful, see the increasingly rare recognition in her face. Sister, of course, how are you? Before you can respond, bustles in, asks, feel like 100 times how you're feeling. Surprisingly well. No sign of real damage, just a bit of shock to your old system. Recommend you do anything if a couple of days you feel right. Okay. Oh, and the private room and care, which you now notice looks rather expensive, has all been paid for by Mr. Bozeman. Oh! He left those files, said not to worry and take the rest of the week off. He'll see you Monday, apparently. Nice! So I guess because I kowtowed to him. I was a nice boy to him, that's why. Okay. A burden to bear? Interesting way of saying that. You come home from a particularly late shift to find the kitchen light still on, which is normally a good sign. Everyone's usually in bed by now. Softly opening the kitchen door, you find Sam sat at the table. Bills and papers thrown in front of them, as well as what looks like to be the second pack of biscuits. Give you a quick kiss as you take a seat next to them. Sam frowns and goes back to the bill they're holding. Hey, sweetheart, just look at the numbers again. They look to the door of the pantry, now converting to... Oh, why did they say they? What's my name again? You know what? They never did say if I was a dude or not. I just assumed we were a dude because of the picture frame in our office, but that could have been left by the other guy. Doing our best by taking Cassandra release a nurse to look after her now. Suddenly the bills are all you can see. Fortunately, the money that's been coming in and what we've been able to save, we've got more than enough to keep going. With Susie home to help out, the nurse would only need to be a part-time anyway. I don't think it's difficult and daily care would be cheap, but she's your mother. You have to really, don't we? Oh. Of course you pay. Things are looking up. I mean, I got the money. Why not, right? The sword is of Damocles sheathed, at least for the moment. You grab the papers and stuff them in the drawer. It's such a relief to not have to worry about it anymore, or so you told Sam. Hours later, still awake, starting to think, thinking, how long will the money last? If I kowtow to the government, they might give me more, so maybe I should. Ugh, I feel dirty saying that. But I maybe it's naive to think that the government would have your best interest in mind. I hope they do. Sam's out of work tonight. Charlie's staying at a friend's. House is yours. You order takeaway, have a couple drinks. Not a great selection, but surely something to watch. Feel like a laugh, I guess. Humor's a bit hit and miss, but the joke about the kilns has you bet double in laughter. Want be a cheer from it? Ah, you spy something reflecting the light off the TV under the coffee table. Curious, you reach down and bring it out. The light, as you pick it up, you remember the note Sam left her. Hey, sweetheart, Charlie lost Susie's present. Would you mind looking for it tonight? Okay. As you hold it closer, you're surprised to find the gifts actually an engraved light for Chippy. Claim the nickname's affectionate, but Charlie still scowls every time she says it. Not sure Sam would approve. The accompanying note from Susie explains Kyrgyzstan has a long tradition of glorifying the art of starting fires. Thought you like it. Don't do anything stupid. Suze. Hopefully it's just a souvenir, not a new pastime. We're about to pick up. Okay. So he's gonna be starting smoking or something? Is Susie younger or is Charlie older? Or is it the other way around? I don't know. Seems like she's getting into trouble too, so... I don't know. Use the clock to time your ad breaks perfectly. I'm trying. Lord, I'm trying. Auto mute expansion port. Call 0899-112-23668. Can I actually do that? I don't think I can. Can I pick up the phone? The silence. I'm back at it again. Nope. Okay. Okay, wait, I gotta get my things ready. Flart master? No, let's not put that in. Oh, it's broken. Oh, check the power.
Be all right, Kath. Pack up your weapons of optical destruction and get out.
43 seconds.
You realise you're beginning to sound.
Oh, my
I
C
mean
is
it,
broken. Sports
Stay
sport.
where you are, Kath.
Hold up.
Jenny? This is not Jenny's decision, Jeremy. Or yours.
Should I put advanced entitlements? Nah, that's not.
Oh, good. You can tell him I'll return his wife's casserole dish at our dinner next week.
Oh, something's missing. Okay.
Jenny?
I'm sorry, Kath, you're gonna have to leave.
Ooh, they're getting a bit more frustrated, huh?
Head.
She nearly blinded
10
me.
seconds,
I thought we were
everybody.
part of a team these days.
Things are better, Jeremy, you know that. Just stop being so
Going in
high and mighty
5,
and do your job.
4,
You'll have me fired too.
3.
Don't tempt me. Good evening. I'm Megan Wolfe.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging,
Or
include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public.
What do you think about all these sanctions?
I doubt it make a lot of difference, Pet. I've lived through 2 world wars and I smoke 40 a day. And if that ain't killed me, I doubt this will either.
40 a day, Jesus. She's coughing
Thanks,
though.
Patrick. Fascinating stuff. Thanks, Patrick.
Popular Prime Minister Julia Salisbury has released a reassuringly brave statement in response to the World Council's controversial announcement.
This international declaration is nothing short of outrageous.
I thought the other guys. Oops.
We are a democratically elected government with massive popular support. We do not recognise these sanctions. And we encourage other socially progressive nations of the world to both resist and ignore them.
Oops.
Advance have struck fear into the heart of the international community by showing that it is possible to have radical change for the betterment of the many. And whilst I wish we could improve other countries as much as we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive. This country is entirely self-sufficient. We are a team, now more than ever. And this team
crap.
is on your side.
I don't like it when it moves up. Okay.
Thank you.
Defiant stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our government's
I'm gonna be
stance?
neutral.
Robin Short found out.
Hi there. Robin Short, National Nightly News. I was wondering if I could get your thoughts on the current government.
I'm not really very interested in politics, really. As Mother always said, leave politics to the politicians, Malcolm.
A Flard day's night. Following the release of the Flardmaster 5000, production of Flards are at an all-time high, requiring the new manufacturing facility in Grizzleford to move to 24-hour-a-day production.
With people finding more and more uses for the ever-versatile Flard,
I'm gonna be-
the team at Remington Sys
I'm gonna be, like,
certainly have their hands
so
full keeping up with demand.
Neutral of all this. I don't know.
Is there anything better than a handful of Flards? We asked Patrick to find out.
I can't
Patrick?
even remember what a flart is.
Could I ask you for your opinion of Flards?
Of what, Pet?
Flards.
What are they?
You know, Flards, like Flards, you know, everyone knows what Flards are. Flards.
Don't know. Don't care.
Jeez. Stop smoking, lady.
Is it some sort of code?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
A momentary lapse of reason. Commuters across the capital found themselves somewhat bemused by the latest stunt by controversial protest group Disrupt.
In a baffling start to the day, commuters found performers outside every
let's
major
put 3
station,
then.
all dressed and posed identically. Whether we're supposed to be amused or intimidated is anybody's guess, Jeremy. But most
Yeah, I
commuters
mean,
didn't
since
seem
we
to
are
stop
going
to
with the government, might as well go all the way,
Well,
right?
as long as it's not some grand contemporary dance, it's probably harmless.
But how do we all feel about Disrupt and their eclectic tactics? Robin found out.
Can I ask your opinions on Disrupt?
Are those the guys in black with the orange fist thing?
That's right.
Can I be honest?
Of course. This is journalism.
They scare me a bit.
Feast or famine. Resourceful doctors David Wong and Ingrid Sforsborg and Horgensford today announced their first successful harvest in Dante's taint. Although they can currently only grow a few fungal strains, the scientists seem to be staying positive, as the following picture shows.
The undauntable scientists chose to try and survive in the cave system while the complex rescue operation inches forward uphill.
Let's be happy about it.
Let's hope they like stroganoff.
But with Advance planning to spend an eye-watering amount of public money on the rescue craft, we asked Patrick Bannon to find out what we should all
let's be neutral.
thinking about
No, let's be happy.
costs.
What are your thoughts on the costs of the rescue?
Oh my God, Patrick Bannon, wash your mouth out with soap. You can't put a value on human life. You have to spend whatever it takes, because one day you might be trapped in an underwater cave system and you would want exactly the same.
I don't think so, actually, because for legal reasons, we're actually not allowed within 31 yards of the coastline.
What did you do?
I am not a number. Applications finally opened today for the new Advanced Team membership cards, a scheme by the government to allow fast access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks and, rightly, pubs and bars.
And of course...
So this is identity?
Jeremy.
It all seems too good to be true.
Well, you've always been a cynic. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Team membership cards is basically identification card, right?
Oh yeah, fantastic. I'm applying today. I mean, why wouldn't you? What are these protesters doing that they don't want us to know who their names are? Besides, have you seen the savings you can get? I'm getting one for the little one as well.
Oh, how adorable.
Yeah, gonna be a proper little team member, aren't you? Yes, he smiled. He smiled.
And finally tonight, back of the net, popular sports personality Johnny Hamsleeves and his fiancée Tiffany Lamour was spotted out today doing a little shopping for what many are already calling the greatest wedding ever.
We can only assume that Tiffany's latest show, My Teenage Secretions, has sold better than expected.
Let's be
by
happy
the
about
looks
it.
of things,
Why not?
the whole affair is about to become more expensive than Lil C's shoe collection.
I don't know who that is.
But what should your opinion be of this extravagant display of wealth?
Oh my God, fantastic!
Wise words there.
Later tonight, in a bit of a switcheroo, it'll be Jeremy in the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper Jay Zus. And then we'll both be chatting with a familiar team of thespians set to take the nation by storm again.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh boy. Okay, so the team membership cards are identity cards, right? Is it? I don't get why it's controversial. Like some people are like so adamant on not having like these kind of things. But like where I'm from, we actually all have identity cards. It's like proof of that you're a citizen, you know? And I mean, to me, I don't see anything wrong with it. So
some news as we return to our main story.
The World Council today agreed that punitive and potentially illegal sanctions should be imposed upon this country. The sanctions, which come into effect immediately, aim to stop the flow of food, fuel, and even some medicines from reaching
oh my goodness.
Tonight, we have guests from across the continent to discuss this unprecedented situation. For Advance, Peter Clement is at his home in Lamfordshire. Are you there, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
A momentous day, Prime Minister. Are you shaken?
Oh, I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of this country.
Well, joining us is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being here.
It's a great pleasure. You, Megan Wolf, are like strongest guard at labor camp who wake up inside body of crazy, expensive prostitute. In my country, you will be worshipped as a god.
Okay. Minister, as one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Advance's defiant stance?
Advance is like man who thinks he a big career in movies land, when actually he in dirty sanitarium, screaming at mirror and holding tiny penis in hand.
He's clearly not from Svenland, and we have like some of the cleanest mental health facilities in the continent, yeah.
And welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk. I'm sorry, we don't appear to have your surname.
It's just Björk, yeah. We don't use things like socially divisive surnames here, yeah.
Minister?
It's just Björk, yeah.
Right, Björk. Your country spoke in favour of advance at the World Council today, but you were noticeably absent when it came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the fight.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole, voting, yeah? But it's actually the Festival of Fureland here at the moment, where we honor the old generations. So, we all had to work our grandparents' clean, yeah, whilst the vote was happening.
Grandparents
and that's
clean, what the frick?
really time-consuming process, actually.
You're like sissy man. You have this expression, sissy man. It's like man with tiny penis who like to wash more than once a week.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah,
Oh,
because...
stop winding him up, Ivan. We're not back at the Grange now. Sorry, Jeremy. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
Yeah, he always wins.
Nothing gives him greater pleasure than grinding people's gears. The more publicly, the better.
Peter, you're like man with tiny penis who think he have tiny penis.
Penis is not a
But actually, he
swear word,
discovered that. Oh, could it be? No, it's tiny penis.
Ivan's just worried that when the rest of the world sees how well we're doing, they'll notice all that dosh that he's got squirreled away. Because that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolves at the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. They can join others on my wall.
Actually, in Svenland, we have, serious animal welfare legislation. And, my friend Helga, she got arrested, yeah, for killing a butterfly that was hovering over her fuel thing.
These are just extremes of everybody.
I used to know a girl called Jan Sandwich. She was a right cracker too. Wonder what became of her.
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
Hence human interest, Jeremy. The real people behind the headlines and all that. So if you're watching, Jan, give us a call.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Crash, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first, eh?
Oh boy.
You're like man trying to empty ashes of mistresses into oncoming vein. Soon you have tiny penis and beard full of secrets.
In Svenland, we don't really go into all that restricted monogamy stuff here. We're kind of flawed, actually.
Okay, well, it seems that we are running out of time.
Yes, so before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and
possible shortages and power outages.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Possible shortages and power outages. Can you summarise your thoughts for us, Minister Bjerg?
Well, from here, yeah, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated devices, concepts like money. In Finland, we replaced currency with a system of bodily fluids back in the 1970s. And that's
bodily fluids!
Thank you, Minister Votovich.
Your country is like man who think he invented perfect trap for giant mutant hairy bear. When really, he's just standing in field
holding his tiny penis, yes. Thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Let me talk to your viewers here, Jeremy. Don't worry, everybody. Don't be afraid.
Okay, I gotta get rid of the ad.
Don't lose a wink of sleep. We knew the rest of the world would react this way, and we're ready. As my old man used to say, you can't make a shite pie without blocking a few toilets.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
Reassuring words there.
We'll be back.
After these messages.
1 minute back.
Hey, Peter, I over your way this weekend. You fancy a quick 9?
Yeah, sure, front or back.
That's what I hope you're asking Megan Wolf for me.
She's out of your league, mate.
Thank you for the correction.
Well, you have to be more careful.
It's all part of his long-term plan to get fired live on the news at 6 in front of the nation.
Can someone warn him it's going a little too well?
Interesting. I got A+. Anybody calling me? Nope. Oh. Oh.
New government censorship.
Smoking.
Should show up in blue. Same as regular censoring. Keep an eye out for the advanced blue
Oh. They're telling me to censor some stuff now that are not supposed to be censored. So the ones that are red are the swear words, but the ones in blue are the ones the government wants me to censor out. Okay, I'm not gonna do it.
Are you still meant to bow?
I'm not gonna do it.
Royalty.
What?
Should I just curtsy?
Hang on. Have they given you the Crown Prince report?
I'm not gonna do it.
Megan?
This is Jeremy, and he'll be interviewing you.
What was that?
Thanks for having me on your show, man.
It's quite alright.
Yo, just a quick one. You're not going to ask me about the chimp, are you?
Live in 10 seconds.
Because he put that get up on himself. I'm just saying.
Okay, I think she's gonna go first.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back, I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at a theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. I have the honor and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus.
Hi, thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, it's a real honor to be here on your show, The News. You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well, you know, I try not to, well, you know, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it.
I understand.
But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Like, my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born.
Whoa.
Elderly lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died tragically. Right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the youth homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What a tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Well, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story of the first 4 times I stole, so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader. They call me Mr. Cheese Slice. Anyway, we were like a family.
So it would seem. Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck Advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Redistributing it? Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah, nah, of course. Man.
I don't think he's. I don't think he was homeless.
Why do I have to pay for it? You know?
You don't. People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy, and that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, yeah, I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing, and I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children? Mr. Cheese Slice.
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of
Or
like...
maybe it's hereditary.
Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Oops, I missed that.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Ludlow's Tears.
Oh no, I'm going to do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah. You love it.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen?
Wow.
So here he is.
He's probably
with a
going to talk
new
about the
song.
government.
Oh, we're lucky. It's Jesus.
First, you're gonna pay up.
Oh,
You're gonna
no.
pay back.
That's Clemens.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel the elation from your participation. Still 2 leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking dreams.
I I'm not gonna cancel the government one.
So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive, but why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention, I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. The best of the praise of the crest of the wave, cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. It's time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. So this is for the snub ones, the push and the shove ones, the folks that feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones. Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley. The ones who now finding out their bank accounts are empty. The ones of aspiration who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance
a really good song.
We're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the praise of the crest of the waves, cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets, set a fire in the building, let them feel some fucking heat. Take your hate to go getters, you're squilling bed getters, and burn them on the powers of advances fucking letters. Gonna take his facts, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that dream, you don't need a fucking team, and advance his little dances aren't as harmless as it seems, cause they're stale and corrupt, then you're angry or wrong, then your hearts and your minds and your fists to destruct.
Jeez. I don't know. I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
Jesus there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your lyrics.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe it.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas. Back to you, Megan.
Well, a bit of dangerous language there. Sorry about
Ah.
that. Well, thank you
So,
to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing
Donaldson
our
is the
Coming
the
up,
good
we'll
guy.
be speaking to a couple
He's
of
the one that's
familiar
be neutral, but
faces
she,
about
I
their
think, is more of like
upcoming
the
dramatic
government
outing.
lackey.
Go away. We'll be right back after this.
Oops.
That's the ad.
Just a reminder, fixing that old VCR.
This is
Put a new tape. Fast ad break.
It's just
What?
a mix-up, I'm sure.
What, a
Now
new tape?
come with me. I really
Oh,
do
pull it
have
out.
to ask
Oh,
you to
trust me.
leave it.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand.
So I put in the Flard Master. Crazy Neil. I put in Crazy Neil.
This is unbelievable, Megan.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeremy.
Ooh, she knew. She knew. But yeah, I agree with Donaldson. I don't think we should censor the media. The point of media is to remain neutral, is to tell people news, is to tell people updates. You're not supposed to spout out your own political views for people. You know, that's not what the news is supposed to be. I get that some news medias
Here we go.
they want to portray things in a different light. Depends on who owns them or whatever.
We could
But
just get you in position.
Oh, say no more.
the main point is
Say
to
no more.
be neutral.
Ian,
Oh,
Jeremy,
Jeff's back.
You remember Mr. Algebra
Vividly.
and Mr. Harris, and this is Ms. Radin.
Right.
Philippa, please.
All right.
Back together again, eh? Who'd have thought it?
Perhaps a lower order demon.
It's awfully exciting, isn't it?
Right, okay then. We're going live in 10 seconds, opening on camera 1.
Okay, camera 1. Thanks.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Ray, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
It's so lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs akimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to the training sometimes. He's actually a pretty good goal sweeper. Anyway, so, yeah, Pete, he says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, see? He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did you say?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, Jeff, the question on everyone's lips is, what in God's name are you doing here?
Well, after the success of my debut work and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a career in theatre. Yeah? I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Right, Tommy, sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris, Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hells!
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show, then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show?
Good question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
Absolutely right. Jeff's contributions are immeasurable.
Oh no.
He was our rock.
Can you give us a sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show?
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
Yep. We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
You'll never take the sacred pass!
And am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which, you know, to be honest, was actually a lifesaver, really.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which frankly would have been a travesty.
Oops.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ!
Goodness, you did
Wow,
this
look at the
every
CG.
night.
Absolutely. It's a metaphor.
For what?
Death.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaner and my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt you'll have taken our jobs.
He was
That's
like,
all we
yeah,
have time
yeah.
for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey, we must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
Donaldson hates it. Oh.
Oh.
Broadcast complete. Oh yes. All right. Ooh, A+. Yeah. But I think the government doesn't like us. Sometimes splurging. Ooh, I don't mind. PC. I can't remember which one I bought, to be honest. Yeah, the government doesn't like me because I didn't censor it out. But you know what? That's fine. That's the point of it, right? You're not supposed to censor out those things. You can censor out the swear word, sure, but like, no way am I gonna swear out the things that he said. Because if that's his opinion, right? You know. But yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave this episode here. I'm not sure what's gonna happen next. I think eventually someone's gonna take my job. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it all the way to the end. Maybe someone's gonna take over eventually because I, you know, not being pro-government. But again, we'll see what happens. So for now, if you like what you see and you like what you hear, be sure to like, subscribe, and get the bell on so you stay up to date on all my latest videos. As always, be safe, take care, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace!